Hi guys, this is AC Gamer back with another video on Tower of Fantasy. So last night we got the brand new banner for Annabella and I went against my word on not spending in Tower of Fantasy and I had to spend about £89 just to pull for Annabella. Went to like 70 summon and I managed to pull her with the pity, so I did get lucky. And I will say this, A0 Annabella is all you need, trust me. The difference between an A0 Annabella and an A6 Annabella in terms of damage is very low. Now there is one content creator that's already done the calculation. I wish I remember the content creator's name. I would love to shout out that content creator because they provide solid calculations for Tower of Fantasy, so we can see whether a character's advancement is good. And from the calculation he or she has done, we can already see that Annabella at A0, the only difference you get when you get up to A6 and A3 is the the ability to increase your HP, so recover HP, sorry, and what else, maybe increasing the fire burn a bit, but the difference is quite low. And I will say a A0 Annabella is pretty much equal to an A6 Corbo B. I will say that yes, Corbo B will probably do more damage than Annabella, but at the end of the day, you have yourself a A0 character that is putting up close to enough or close to the same amount of damage as a Corbo B that's at A6. And with Corbo B, you need to get her to A3 before she's actually before she's actually viable in a fire team. So let's say once again the banner runs again and you had to pick a banner. The answer is pretty much easy. Just get yourself an A0 Annabella. You don't need to get Corbo B. Now I want to say that Corbo B is probably the weakest or the trashiest character in the entire game, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to get flack for that because people are going to say that Annabella and Corbo B are pretty much the same. But if you realize, or if you think about it, the amount of money required, like real life money required to even get that A6 and to get yourself an A0 Annabella, it makes sense. It makes no sense for you guys to go ahead and use so much money to get yourself a Corbo B where you can just get yourself an Annabella that's pretty much the same. So I'm actually happy with my Annabella right now. I will still say that the fire team is still the weakest team currently in the game, but the reason why Annabella is pretty much a must summon for the fire team is because most of the fire teams already knew that Corbo B was bad. The only ones who summoned for Corbo B were the whales, and right now a lot of people that were trying to build a fire team now has a great replacement that does not require you to do every heavy investment, and you guys can just get yourself an A0 Annabella and you guys can stop. Now obviously if you want to make sure you can recover HP, then A3 will be very good as well. So as I'm talking about Annabella right now, I should be showing you guys some gameplay. This is just me testing her. So I got her in the morning, I had to go to class. I haven't actually had enough time to test her. I've only had her for like a little bit over 1 hour to properly test her, and this is the gameplay I have right now, just testing out the rotation, trying to figure out the rotation, and my damage has increased significantly. Now I was trying to test out the amount of damage my Annabella does compared to my 6-star Ruby. Yes, I have a 6-star Ruby, and I have to say my A0 Annabella puts the same amount of damage as my A6 Ruby. I know Ruby isn't there for like damage, is there to increase or enhance the fire damage from the burn mechanic, but still it's actually quite amazing to see that my the damage that I'm able to put out from Annabella. Now you do have to do the judge mechanic to actually put that amount of damage compared to your Ruby. You just have to stand still and press your attack button and shoot out that orb and you're good. With Annabella you have to do your shooting, dash backwards, and then I was also testing out these gas mechanic or the fire. So I was testing out that, and I can say that my Annabella was putting up like close to the same amount of damage as my A6 Ruby. I have gameplay to show you guys. It's towards the end where I actually started to test out the damage differences between my Annabella and Ruby, but you should be seeing me trying to figure out my rotations as well with my Nin as well. I hopefully should have showed you guys the matrices. Actually I did show you the matrices. I also showed you my attack stat for my fire team, but so far I will say Annabella is a great addition to the team, a great addition to the game, because a lot of fire teams were starved. Now a lot of people will say that Fire team is the team that requires the most amount of money. Well, Annabella came in and showed you guys that you don't need money. You don't need that much money to make your fire team good, because you only really need to spend to get an A3 Ruby to increase your burn, and then you have your Annabella at A0, you have yourself a Lynn, and you guys are good. To be honest, I will say that the team that requires heavy money to be absolutely amazing is the physical team, because a physical team, in my opinion, does the most amount of damage right now in the game, but you need to get your Lyra to A6 pretty much, and yeah, then you'll be able to see that. So you pretty much need an A6 Lyra, you need a A3 and above of Claudia, and you also need a Lynn at A3 and more, and there you go. With Volt's team, I actually love the Volt's team. Now, from recent banners that we can see, A0 is looking very good for those characters, and it looks like power creep might still be happening, which is, I'm not gonna lie, I'm happy about that, because honestly, I want to have or summon for a character at A0 and it's just absolutely amazing. And from recent banners we've been getting, it looks like that's been happening. So we got Tai Lung A0, absolutely fantastic. I've made a video on Tai Lung. Even though he's bugged, he's still absolutely broken. At A0, the amount of damage he's able to put out is insane, like insane. Obviously, if you put more investment in him, you will see his damage skyrockets even more. With A0, Annabella as well, you guys are solid. You don't need any more advancements, and that is absolutely amazing to see. Now, in the future, a lot of people are going to be asking, is Lan a character to, you know, skip Annabella for? I'm not really too sure. I think Lan has a couple of months left before she comes out to the game, so you don't have to really worry about that. You guys can save your materials and decide later on if you, well, not save, you can summon for Annabella, then carry on saving materials for Lan when she comes out. But I will say this, the great thing about Annabella being absolutely amazing at A0 is the fact that you don't need to get more duplicates for her, and then you can actually save all the materials or save your real life money that you wanted to get, you wanted to use for Annabella to get her to A6, and wait for Lan. Lan is probably going to power creep Annabella, and then you guys can save for other fire characters in the future. I will say the fire team is being done dirty in the game, honestly though, because even with an A6 Annabella and an A6 Ruby and an A6 Lynn, the damage they're putting out is still the weakest in the game in my opinion. I still feel like Flame is still being done dirty, especially if you guys are paid to play, because honestly the amount of money you put into your fire team just doesn't equate to great damage compared to the other teams you guys could be using that same amount of money on. So instead of you getting yourself an A6 Corporal B or A6 Ruby or A6 Annabella, you guys can put that same amount of money and get yourself a solid team with the Volts team, the physical team, and you guys will see a much more better increase in damage. Annabella isn't really a must-have for the pay to play players, or more specifically the Wells, because they already have Corporal B, and to be honest, Corporal B and Annabella are putting up the same amount of damage. So hopefully you guys like this video. The rest of the video is just going to be me showcasing or testing out the damage for both Ruby and Annabella, working out a team comp. So if you guys want to see how much damage you can put out, then there you go. Hopefully you guys like this video. Stay tuned for more content on Tower of Fantasy. I will have a better video for Annabella later on. It's been your boy AC Gamer, and I'm out.
Sitting lonely in my room again, trying to find the words to say, but nothing comes out. I am looking for the better days, seem like they just stay away whenever I try. There's so many things that I keep in my mind. My friends keep me out and it hurts every time. With all the emotions I built up inside, oh why can't I? Will someone look for me if I disappear? No matter how much that I scream, nobody hears. But I see the light from far away, it's down the line. Maybe I should not give up without a fight, 'cause there will be a time. Oh, 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 oh. There will be a time. Oh, 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 oh. There will be a time. Sitting lonely in my room again, acting like I'm innocent. Why do I try? now I'm feeling like a fool again, thinking I can fool myself by telling me lies. When there's so many things that I keep in my mind, I hang around people I don't even like. If they can be happy and walk with a smile, oh why can't I? Will someone look for me if I disappear? No matter how much that I scream, nobody hears. But I see the light from far away, it's down the line. Maybe I should not give up without a fight, 'cause there will be a time. Oh, 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 oh. There will be a time. Oh, 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 oh. There will be a time. That I scream, nobody hears. But I see the light from far away, it's down the line. Maybe I should not give up without a fight, 'cause there will be a time. Do you believe me? Do you believe me that I'm a lonely soul? Searching, always wanted more. Can you hear me? Do you believe me that I'm a lonely soul? Would you love me? I've been searching, always wanted more. Can you hear me? I'm alone.